This next fact will blow your mind. With a shocking 45% win rate, it may sound unbelievable, but hear me out. Mewtwo X is the undeniable, game-breaking all-rounder in Pokemon Unite. There's no comparison. Mewtwo X, with its incredibly overwhelming base stats, can pretty much destroy any character in the game under the right circumstances. So there are many good all-rounders in Pokemon Unite. Some names might come to your mind like Urshifu and Zacian. They immediately stand out as strong characters with impressive win rates. But due to Mewtwo Y, we haven't seen enough Mewtwo X lately, and let me tell you, this game, we're about to embark together on a journey that will shape how you redefine Mewtwo X in your mind. You're about to see the carnage that unfolds with the power of the Cerulean Cave Dweller. That's Mewtwo, by the way. So, to start, I'm going to put my build up on the screen if you want to play along. Mewtwo X. Where do we begin? Alright, we have to begin with the abilities and what it does. So we're going to go over the passive right away, and I'm going to talk about it slightly. So the passive is this pressure gauge. You get it at level 5. Every time you hit an opponent, it builds your max stacks, and they're going to give you a percentage buff increase on your base stats, which I'll put up on the screen. So this is really strong because you're just going to get basically extra damage for hitting people. It's insane. And as a bonus, at level 5, you get to evolve into your Mega Form, which you get an iframe, you get 20% increased health, you get basic attack damage. It's insane, it's really strong. Your critical strikes are also enhanced, so you end up doing so much more damage. It's like 1.4k damage in an auto attack. It's insane. Now, we're gonna go talk a little bit about the abilities in general. So the Psy Strike, Future Sight, Recover, and Teleport. I personally, this game, I'm gonna take Teleport and Psy Strike, but some games you're going to want to take Future Sight, some games you're going to want to take Psy Strike. And the same applies for Teleport and Recover. Recover gives you a small shield that basically heals you back for any damage you take while the shield is active. I think it's a pretty weak move, honestly. I don't really like it too much. It's interesting for tanking some damage, but not that good in my opinion. Like, maybe it is the reason why people get baited. I think Teleport is insane. Complete opposite, right? Because Teleport does 20% base health, base stat increase on attack damage. So when you jump in, you're getting a damage amplification. It's incredibly overpowered. You begin just mauling them, like some rapid guys punching things. So that's exactly how Mewtwo Y and X kind of want to play. They just want to hit you, and Mewtwo X's way is a little bit more direct with just wanting to run into you. So Teleport, I feel, is a little bit more of a succinct fit most of the time. But keep in mind, sometimes you want that shield. So right, now that we've gone through those two abilities, let's look at the damaging abilities. You have the Pull, which is Future Sight, and then you also have this enhanced beam, where you basically rail them from afar, and then you launch like a big orb that knocks them up. This is insanely overpowered against some characters in the game, and you can in fact chain the knock-up with the Unite move, as you might have seen in the clip right there. Where that's just an insanely overpowered combo. So, okay, just quickly going over why you would pick Psy Strike or Future Sight, let's explain the facts about them. So, Psy Strike, I think it's a little bit of an underrated move. Psy Strike can prevent you from being crowd controlled at all, and that is an insanely overpowered aspect of the game. If you can't get crowd control, they can't stop you from dealing damage. They can't stop you from ending the game of your choice. I think it gives you a lot of time to build that Mega Gauge. Future Sight as well is incredibly overpowered, but you gotta remember there's the right games for Future Sight and there's a bad one. Alright, so now that we've gone through Future Sight and Psy Strike, you know, maybe why you want to run them. So CC when you run Psy Strike, and Future Sight is like running against like very frail characters who like to stand away from you. So those two things, those are your main aspects of picking one of the two. Now, let's talk about the Unite move. It's pretty much the same as Mewtwo Y. You launch a beam into the air, beam goes down to every enemy opponent that's alive, it hits them if they are in the radius and they get stunned. It's just insane. You can secure objectives with it. It's pretty much, it's self-explanatory. Don't spam it before raid. Wait for the right time when they're all clumped up together so they'll guarantee get a stun on someone. That's pretty much all I have to say on that move. Now, let's just go over about how you want to play this character / the battle item, because I haven't talked about that much. So the battle item, you have two choices. It's pretty much a choice between eject the button and full heal. Eject button, you want to take it if you want to dive the backline really hard, because you can full heal and sometimes have no mobility left, even though Teleport is insanely overpowered. But then, you want to run full heal if they are going to have so much CC and you want to run Future Sight. Alright, Okay, let's compare this to the other all-rounders in the game. So we have Urshifu and Zacian, who I'm going to be using as our benchmarks. These two are S-tier characters, insane win rates, incredibly overpowered as all-rounders. Now, if I was to compare to them immediately, I'd right away say that Mewtwo X is definitely stronger than these two characters, and there's a few reasons why. So, Mewtwo X is stronger than Urshifu. Let's open this can of worms, right? Urshifu, it has a huge power spike at level 5, but it's almost completely nullified by Mewtwo X if played correctly. You can't knock him up if they use Side Strike on you, and more importantly, once you feed your level 5 lead, Mewtwo X will hunt you down. You will not be able to escape from this character. It is so powerful. So, I think everything Urshifu wants to do in the game, which is dominate from level 5 onward, is sort of like negated by Mewtwo X. And more importantly, it's like outmaneuvered, its dashing is about the same, but its damage and Mewtwo X's Unite move is far superior than Urshifu. Now, if we look at Zacian, just very quickly, the idea behind Zacian is quite simple. Zacian wants to draw circles on the ground. It's strong from the start of the game. It's just once again, a base stat character. It's really good. It's probably closer to the Mewtwo X discussion than Urshifu. However, I do think Mewtwo X just solely counters it. You can pull him in and one-shot him. You can Side Strike and he can't do anything to you. No matter what route you go, I feel Mewtwo X is always taking a positive trade in the matchup, and it just has too much maneuverability for Zacian. It has too many CCs as well. So, I think with these aspects and these thoughts in play, yeah, it's not really a comparison. If you're enjoying the content so far, hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and join our Unite community on Discord. Don't miss out on more expert guides, gameplay, and the latest updates. Now, there's some, I guess, ideas we talked about. So Mewtwo X, when you're in Mega Form, you get these critical strikes, very strong, very overwhelming. You want to look for that Mega Form when you can. The angles to look into the fight. Once I know that their team isn't a big ball, that's when they open up for Mewtwo. That's when they make Mewtwo just the strongest character in the game. Because when they don't group up together, Mewtwo can slaughter them. When they do, sometimes it can be quite frustrating. Alright, so those are the two main tips I have for like looking at how to fight as Mewtwo. You know, don't ball up, like look for your angle. You also almost play like an assassin, but not really because you're a bruiser. And then that's probably what I do. So to recap, I'll say more often than not, if you're newer, run Side Strike, run Teleport, run around the game, hit them really hard. You should do this because it's going to counter the CC mobs that are looking at you, and you're going to get a good pace in the game. Now, I'm going to explain to you once more, it's just better than other all-rounders. This character is overloaded to the gills. The stats are insane, the auto attacks are crazy, it has an insane amount of healing in the Mega Evolve form. The Mega Evolve form works literally the same as Mewtwo Y, guys. Like, you get that Mega form, you were like a god on Earth. So, your feedback and support mean the most to me. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more Unite content. I stream on twitch.tv/Suluwu a few times a week, so check us out there too. Thank you for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.